Hello, hello everyone. I think we are live. Let me just check if everything is working good. Uh, Let me just check if sound is there proper. All right. I think it is good. Need to do few things. All right. Just do this. Okay. So we are live, and today we came on mobile format. Uh, let's just go on what we have left, and please let me know if the stream is going good, audio, video, fine. I think it is. All right. So we'll go over here. All right. So we were here on the process watcher. That's what we created. All right. So guys, if you are there, feel free to say hi and leave a like as well. If you are new to the channel, check out my other videos as well. Not forcing you to subscribe, but do check out my other videos as well. Leave your valuable comments and all. Also like this stream. That's what I would ask you to. Okay, let me see if any people joining there. I think I should share this URL. Hmm, let's do this. Okay, I'm just copying this thing, the stream URL. Maybe you could have like few people's. Your account has been logged. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. To connect the same two icons with the dotted. Where's the icon? I don't get it. Okay, so this is the file. No, 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 no. Mm-hmm. This is it. Oh God. Oh God. There is an enter and there is a jar. There is an enter and there is a jar. Come on, fast, 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 fast. There is. Where is this thing? I'm looking for some here. For this one, to this, I think. No, this gameplay to this thing. So I need a gameplay somewhere. Gameplay to this thing. I got this right, yes. Up arrow, up arrow. So I'm just passing this uh, challenge from Twitter that says I need to authenticate myself. So I need to connect few things over here. Give me a moment. Uh, so I need this thing to select. I guess it's 10 or 11 thing. So video camera, video camera. Video camera. No, no. Uh, yes. Four more to go. Okay, yes, thing. Two more to go. Floppy, 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 floppy. One more to go. Key. Where is the key? Where is the key? Where is the key? Where is the key? Key to this thing. All right. I have proved that I am a human. Okay. I'll now share the URL. Close. Navigation. This is the crab. Building in public development. Close. Master. Okay, now we can just carry on. All right, folks, please let's hang out on chat and let me know if everything is going well. So if you are a viewer, please leave a like and say hi so that I know who has liked. And let's chat. Shit. Just to wait for a minute. I think I spilled a coffee. Okay, I accidentally poured a coffee on my keyboard. I think I have to let it dry and maybe use another keyboard. Hello, hello. Let me just. Hello, Luke. I have done a. I mean, I'm learning Rust. Ah, yeah. I mean, it's bad. It's pretty bad. It's my new keyboard, and I accidentally, like, spilled coffee. Shit. Uh, oh man, not that. It was the expensive one. It was the expensive that I had. It was around like 4 to 5,000 Indian rupees. This keyboard, and it's fucked. It's fucked. Let me open up my camera. Mm. Yeah, so it's all wet here, and the batteries, the coffee came out from the battery section. Um, and the mat is messy too. Yeah, so I'll have to use another one. I mean, I had my previous keyboard. Just the timing for me to search library on YouTube is at 1 a.m. and yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Just give me a minute. I think I'll just make an arrangement. Maybe I'll pause the camera for a sec. Mm, yeah. Should I keep it in sun? Maybe that will work. Yeah. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing I can do right now is to at least like dry it out. So let me just put it in sun, then I'll replace this thing like this mat. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Yes, I can do that with hair dryer, but with low thing. Yup. I I have my old keyboard with me now. Just changing the batteries. But I need, I think, yeah, let's hope so. Uh, yeah, all right. So I bring this one now. Old is gold. Let's- Yeah. So this one I'm using is Astro NVIM. Yeah, Astro NVIM, a default template, and I did some tweaks for this LSP and all. Let me just check if okay, working. It's working. Okay, now let's. Yeah. So you said, what are we working on? Yeah. I am learning Rust currently. So I am currently making an application, terminal application. So what it does is it will, so as soon as I pass the directory from the terminal, what it does, it will watch that directory for changes. So I'm using notify crate for that and wrapping things on top of it. So once I did that over here, if I go on the watcher.rs, I mean there are some things that also needs to like improved, but it does the basic things like it checks if file is created, file has been removed, and it watches the directory recursively. So this notify create has all those function like how to check recursive and all. So yeah, this thing. So I have maintained in-memory data structure for that to collect the hashes of the files just to detect the changes. And one thing that we have implemented over here is a data change. So all these events things, they will check only if the data is changed for as a flag, but they don't like tell us what content has been changed. So for that we have gone the raw way, not very optimized, that will maintain all the content. Hopefully we are assuming that our file size will be low and it will be only 1 or 2 lines. So we are like checking it line by line with the previous thing as soon as the data changes. So with the previous stored value, we are changing and we are just identifying it, what content has been changed. So this is what file watcher does. What else? Yes, we are maintaining hash over there, and yeah. So once it's done, I thought that watching the processes may help us to like explore more about this thing. So what I'm doing currently is I'm watching the processes as well. So for that, I'm using sysinfo. Uh, Again, it has all the like features, like functions handy that we can use to check all the processes and all. So the resource monitor, this guy right here, we have implemented functions like modifying the collections of CPU. And so what we are doing is we are going to identify the, yeah, so we are going to identify the processes that are running on the system, and it will check whether which process is using maximum CPU, or like it's if it's using the resources more. So we have a threshold there, so we are taking those values, CPU threshold, memory threshold, and all, and we are just checking it. So that's what the idea is. It's still under like development. And also we are going to like maintain an alerts as well. So instead of, so we will have three types of alert. Primarily, we will be working on the displaying the alerts on console instead of file or notifications. But we can extend it to either save it to files or send it as a notification using maybe Slack or Discord APIs and all. So for now, we will show those in this thing. And one more thing over here. So now addition to that, what we'll do is we have a list that I have downloaded from Google, that what are the some malicious process or malicious patterns that we should identify in a process. So we'll check that also. I have that thing that checks whether the process name is one of the names that I have downloaded are considered malicious. Then we will report it to the user, or in our case it's terminal. So that's what we intend to do, this thing, monitor process. So yes, we are doing that, and then the coffee happens. What you do, look, uh, are you a student or a working professional? And what are you working currently? What are you working on currently? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's Ruby Rails dev. Oh, okay, great. I just joined the dev team at my work. I used to work with customers but switched over. Awesome, awesome, great. That is good. So I've been building a bulk data workflow app in spare time, but it's yes, yes, yes. Okay, that is good. Yeah. Yeah, so this is also I'm doing in my so basically I'm a web developer. I work on with like Node.js, React.js and all. So this is what I'm like working as a side project, just to learn as well, you know. So okay. Mm. All right, so we have this thing. We'll check process. We will write this function check process. Now what it does, it will check or analyze the process for threads and memory. Okay. So one thing to note here, it will check for threads. So we have to write a separate struct and like do its implementation for threads as well, just like we'll do for alerts. And memory and CPU usages, we can check it from process info. Process this process manager, because we have written a function there to check for thresholds of memory and CPU. And as soon as we'll get either a threat or any alert from the process manager, we will make an alert, and for that we will write a struct. So this will be the workflow. We'll on the check process function, we will check for threats, we'll check for any alert from the process manager. If it returns any warning, any violation, then we will generate an alert. Right, on our front end is React. Okay, good, great. Noise. So let's do this thing. So we'll have to write something over here. So what we'll do is we'll check if uh, let's just make a pseudocode over here. So we'll say if error will be returned from like threat detector kind of thing, detector, then we will generate alert. And now it will be like we will do it later after creating this threat detector thing, because threat detector what it will do is it will check for the process's name that we have it on our file. So we'll pass process info to it, so it will extract the name and all. But we have already written this process manager thing to check for CPU and memory usage, so we will do that. So we'll say let warnings is equal to, okay. So so what your app what the program that you are working on, that your team is working on, what it does basically? Is it like B2B or some kind of product and all? So we'll say we'll have a resource manager, right? So we have taken this thing over here, right? So we can say self dot resource monitor dot check thresholds, and we'll pass a process info to it. Process info. Process info. Okay, and we'll see if we have a warning. So so the warning is basically a vector, right? So let's go over there. Check thresholds. It's boring B2B. No, I mean, yes, it's boring, but it has all the core logic, I guess, because when I was working for my company, like for last two of my company, I'm on the Tiger team because I have a lot of product knowledge. Okay, I work on a lot of random quick feature requests from the CS team. Okay, great. Yeah. So what I was saying is, like two of my companies, they were on this B2. They maintained this B2B product. So one was IANet. It's based on like it does the claim thing like vehicle claim thing in USA. IANet. I worked for that. It was also a B2B. And the another one was it was a travel based thing. So they have their product. So it was on .NET, but so I did that. But yes, it's you'll say boring, but I think it is the main thing, right? I mean, B2B has to be boring. I mean, they don't want anything fancy over there, right? They just need it to work like perfect without any glitch or something. It's not for like the user that wants some good animation or web pages and all. Okay, so check threshold is returning a vector of warnings. So what we'll do, we'll check if it's not empty. Where is this check processes? So we'll say how to check if vector is empty. Let's go over here and say how to check if vector is empty. Yeah. So we must have something is empty. Let's see if I fulfill backend anyway. I don't mind writing boring software. It is still a cool job to write code. Yes, yes, correct. Right. I prefer backend anyways. Yeah, absolutely. So we have is empty. Collection has LinkedIn. What do you? Let's just go over here. So it says is empty. So if I say vector is empty, if it's true, then is empty. So we can do that. Warning, right? So we'll say if warning because we have to do warnings dot is empty because if it's empty we don't have to do anything, so we'll use the negative case over here. We'll say then we will generate alert from here. that we have to write alert thing. So alert. And one more thing, on the check process, if I go to the process manager over here, I have also written this function to modify collection. So we have to call this as well, because it will modify the queue that we have created for CPU and memory, so that it can update the current process or process. If the scan interval pass, then it will again check for all the processes. So we want it to be with the updated values. So what we'll do, uh, we'll say self dot resource monitor dot will have a function that says update, what its name, I forgot the name. Modify collections. All right, modify collections, and it needs process info, so we'll pass that. Yeah, it will take care of doing that. All right, we have already implemented this clear process, so we need to terminate these things as well. uh, okay. All right, so I think it would be, so this check processor will do so. We have another thing over here that will detect a new process that we have commented yesterday. So now let's do that as well. So check process, we have, like, we are just outlining functions over here because it depends on alert and other things that we haven't created yet, but we are outlining it so that we can do it as a next step. So in the check process, what we have done, we have modified the collections, we have checked for thresholds, I mean, and if there are warnings, we will generate the alert based on the warning type. And for threat, checking the threats, that is the entire thing that we haven't written, we will write that. But what threat detector will do is it will map the file that we have with the current process name, that if it's a malicious one or not. So let's do this thing, detect new process. We'll go over here. Let's start creating function for that. Uh, it will take current process, right? Current process will be of type process info struct that we have created, and it will return nothing because it's also going to generate an alert on the console that a new process has been started. So to detect that thing, we already have created another variable on the struct that was previous processes, and we are storing this thing while scanning this thing, right? So that we can have the snapshot of current processes before it gets before the scan restarts. So that's how we will check whether whether there is a new process or not, right? So what we'll do, we will check if the current process, so we'll say self dot current process. No, it's not current process, it's previous processes. We have to define and self as well. So self dot previous process dot get, it needs a key, so we'll do process, we'll do current process dot PID. Okay, we'll do this thing and it will return a value, right? So we'll say if let some, let's say item, we call it item, but it will be a process basically. Okay, so let's do this, we'll dollar this thing. So if it's a process, then it's fine. If it's not, so what will do, maybe it will return an option, right? So we can say something like because we have to deal with the negative cases, because we don't have to do anything if the item exists. We'll have to only do if. So guys, if you are watching this live, feel free to explore my other videos as well, and also please leave a like and feel free to say hi. So we have previous processes as mm, so we can do one thing over here. So what we'll do is what get does. So first let's see what get does. It returns the option of value, but we only have to check if the item is present or not, right? So is it okay to fetch a value? I mean, we have to do this thing. Check. Let's check this as well. So how to check if item exists? Map by key. So maybe we can like check for key, right? It contains key, right? So I mean, this is not what is Java, but the idea is same. We have to check for key. You can use contains key. So maybe we can have, if I check over here hash map, so maybe I can have some get key as well over there. So get, check what get does. Extract, no. Get mute, get key. Let's check this thing. So if I do get, I'll have option of this value. Mm, or I can get none as well, right? So maybe I can use get, and if I check if let if let none, no, expected a block. Maybe we can generate alert from here. So if we don't have any item, uh, but how will check if the, but I need to check what PID is creating, right? So maybe we can check let PID and process. Let's check for PID only. We'll have current process, right? So I can do this thing. Maybe there should be a thing. Let's delete this thing. It's all messy over here. So maybe I can see self dot previous processes dot get mute. We contains we have contains key here as well. So it returns a bool. Now this is good. So it returns true if the map contains a value for a key. Okay, so key will have PID. Okay, so we can like take this thing, or maybe wrap it in if. So if it's not the key, like if the key is not present over there, that means the process has been a new process. So it means it's a new process. It's a new process. So we need to alert from here as well. Alert terminal from here. So I think most of the thing that we have written is going to be dependent on alert, because everything we have to show alert, right? If whether it's a new process, whether it's using up resources, whether it's a malicious process and all. So we will write alert now. so that we can have this thing up. I mean, everything is commented over here, right? In place of alerts. Clear the collection. Okay, this thing I was working for, right? So I'll say to clear up the collections, I have written the function on process manager as well. So uh, we'll do we'll do self dot uh, terminate uh, clear mm, resource monitor dot clear PID. We need terminated PIDs, but we can check for current PIDs. We'll pass current PIDs. Current PIDs. Current PIDs. It needs a reference, right? So we can do this thing. So this current PID will take care of this thing. Expected a reference. Just wait. Current process. Okay, so current processes. I think we did something wrong. We are thinking like we thought that it's a single process, but it's not. I think it's the entire collection. So we can do this thing. So instead of this, we can say for PID, it will return something like this in current process. Now here I can do this thing. I need to just remove this thing. So it will check on entire thing, right? So is not an iterator. Iterator is it's not process info. First of all, it will be of type. Uh, it will be a hash map of U32 and process info. It needs reference. Let's pass the reference. It doesn't, I don't think it will do. So it says expected type U32. Let me just open up the terminal. Cargo build. I need to go to bed. No problem. Thanks for chatting. Thank you, Luke, for being here. Thank you. Good luck to you too. And helpful to watch. Good idea to outline like this. Thank you very much, Luke. Thank you for staying by and saying hi. Hopefully, I can see you later. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night. And good luck for the project that you are working on. Take care, buddy. Bye bye. So, now it expect this and found a tuple. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So found a reference to entire thing, process and process info. Maybe let's clear this thing. Exit. I think I know. Let's remove this thing. Now this way I'll have PID over here. Now PID. Is it PID on the process info? Yes. Mm, So if it's current processes, so it's a current, these are current processes. That's not this thing, processes. Current processes. Maybe we can also IMly write this. It's confusing because I have like did that many times. All right, so we have one more subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. I think it would be Luke. So people, if you're watching this, feel free to come on chat, say hi, let's chat. And all right, now let's do this thing. So we have on the detect new process, we are doing this. So we have all the current processes, that is the hash map of this thing, right? And it will check if it contains key, right? If the previous processes contains key, that is a PID, and then do this. So we will do this thing. Maybe for what will happen if I do this thing? Maybe what was that? It was name, process info, right? So what do we have here? We have on the process info, we have process name, right? So we'll say process name. So this way we can just do this thing. What if I do this mismatched type? I need to do this as well over here. That means, so now I have PID that I can check, and I can check if it's you know this thing, then I will generate alert from here. So I think we should do this thing for alert now, because I have scan process, detect new process, check process, everything over here, right? So if I sorry, if I create this separate thing for alert, then I think we can do, I think we can cover the function that we have written. Maybe we can test it out. So on the process monitor, I have resource monitor. Let's go over here. Yeah, I have resource monitor. Now let's do one thing. So we need to figure out one thing. Let me just open this thing for you. Let me open Excalibur, right? So Where is the browser? Yeah. So I think we can do this thing. Maybe, yeah. Let's go here. So I have few things over here. So what we'll do? So basically we have these three kind of alert types, right? Let me just do this. Uh, do this and do this. So one is the console that we are working on. Another one is file, and then it's a notification, right? So these are the type of alerts, let's say. So we are creating alert. So what we need? So basically, while creating alerts, we need first of all level, right? Is it a low, medium, you know, medium, high, low, medium, high, or it's just a warning? These kind of things. So it's a alert. Second thing is will be alert type. What will be the alert type? Whether it's a new process, you know, is it a system error? We'll call every error as a system error in this project. So we need to log that as well, right? So if there is a process in reading a file, is there if there is a processing in starting the process watcher and all, so we'll consider them. So it's a new process or system error or uh, a resource error, a resource type, or it's a one more thing that we have, right? Threat for malicious, like threat for process names. So we could have these things over here. So as you can see, we will define enums for that, right? Because will have only certain types of alert level or alert type. So alert level will be either low, medium, high, or a warning. So these are fixed. These things are fixed, right? So we'll put them in enum. Alert type will be fixed as well. So because if it's a new process, we will generate alert. If it's a system error, we will generate alert. So these are the four types of alert. Maybe we can create it's a new process, right? So maybe we can, I mean, we have to give a better name to them. I'm just giving the ideas out there. So we will consider them in enum as well because these are fixed. Now what else do we need? Yeah, important thing, most important thing while building alert system over here. So we have three types of alerts. Either we will show it to console, or either we will log it in file, or either we will send the notifications, right? So we can do that. For now we are using console, but but we will make an scope so that we can in future add alert and all, right? So what we need, so if anyone of you is thinking that we are going to use generics for that, the option is no, we are not going to use generics because we have different types over here, and generic will only work for one type only. Okay, so if you do a generics and when compilation happens, it will try to put only one kind of type. But we have three types over here, and it can be anything, right? It can be console, file, notification. The three of them have like different file size on or like different size as well, right? So size is also not known, and there are multiple types. So we are not going to use generics over here. Now what we can do over here is we can create a utility and create a trait, and we will make sure that each of these type of alerts will implement that trait. Okay, so we will create that thing. So we will create a trait, we'll create a trait trait and we will make sure that this trait is implemented by all those things, right? So console, file, and notifications. All right. So this trait, maybe we could call him handle alert, right? We can do that, and this handle alert will be implemented by all of these things. So for that, we will create a separate struct for console that will implement handle alert, a file that will implement handle alert, and notification that will also implement handle alert. So what else do we need here? So these are three types of file. First of all, we need to define all these things. Maybe in a struct alert, we can use these things. What is the alert level? What is the alert type? Maybe this level should be severity, right? Severity. Is this the spelling of severity? C severity. Something hard to endure, extreme painless. So let's name this alert over here. Alert severity. So yes, this is the spelling severity. So maybe instead of levels, we'll call it severity. And we will have it alert type. These are the things and trait that we'll do. So now let's start implementing this thing. So and also I can see that our stream is going completely vacant. No one is there. Should I wait? Now also, okay, anyways, let's go over here. Let's so now from where we will call this thing. So on the process monitor is the core engine, right? Because we have resource monitor here as well. Maybe we could have a threat uh, checker, we can say checker, or threat detector is the good word. Detector, threat detector over here, because it's a core engine. From here only we will call these things. Now let's create for this alerts as well. So we'll say alert handlers, right? I'll do alert handlers. So I'm making it a vector. Okay, I'm making it a vector, and this vector will have a type of box, but it will be dynamic because as I have told, and we will have alert over here. Now alert handler, sorry, why alert handler? Because alert handler will be the trait. Now this alert handlers thing over here does few things. What is this thing? Okay, let's on the resource monitor we'll say alert handlers, and we'll do vector of box. Oh, wait a minute. What should we write over here? Box of uh, dynamic type of alert handler, right? And I thought this is the struct, but it's not. It's the new function. So maybe we can do this thing over here. We'll say vec new, right? And while initializing this thing, now how do I add a default value of console over there? Because for now we are working on console, so by default it will be console, but in So now why I am using this vector? This should be a question. Now I am doing vector because as soon as any alert happen, I want that it should be logged to a console, it should be logged to a file as well, and apart from these two, it should send the notification as well. So by adding all these three things for a alert on this thing, on the alert handlers vector, I can iterate on this alert handler vectors and send each of these notification to their appropriate places, either in terminal or in a file, three at once. So for now only we will use this thing. So how do I do that? uh, uh, maybe it takes this thing, right? So I have to, all right, let's not do this thing right now because we haven't created our alert handler and all these things, right? So let's go over there on the top, over here. Let's start working for alerts. So we'll say pub struct alert. Okay, so we have severity, that is alert severity. Okay, we'll create this enum as well. We will have alert type, that will be also known as alert type, right? What else can we have here? We can have info about this thing, so this could be a string, maybe uh, time timestamp, uh, it could be f64, any value there. So now let's define these things, alert and alert type. So let's go and say enum alert severity. So alert severity, that is low, medium, high, and a simple warning or info. Let's do that as well, info. Okay, so this thing, let's create another thing. Okay, I think I should no, because I want you to see the error and then perform, right? So okay, let me just tell you, I'm not putting any like macros over here, but I'm sure we'll need that, at least debug one, because we are going to print those things. So we'll have something over here that says derive. We'll do debug debug. All right, so again same thing, let me just copy this thing. How's the stream going, guys? Is it good? Okay, I think we don't have anyone over there, and I don't want to, waste the thing I'm doing. I want like many people to watch this. So I will have to end this stream because no one is watching and this become useless if I, self do that. That is the whole purpose of stream. So maybe let's wait for a few people if they joins. If they join us, man, I spilled coffee on my keyboard. Disturbing thing happened today. keyboard is, I mean, I don't know if it's be going to be fine or not. I have kept it in sun. And all this happens because I was removing charger from my laptop. I should have kept it sideways. I'm just hoping it doesn't, make like this sticky thing with coffee. It's a Chinese product, anyways. I mean, maybe I can wash that. So this kind of thing happens, right? So if I remove this thing, it becomes sticky. So I don't know if my keyboard is going to be sticky or not. That will ruin the experience of typing. All right, so I think there is not any viewer. Maybe I can end this stream and start a new one with the desktop format. I know I can get few peoples there. Those who like really want to see this thing that I'm doing. I'm doing something good over here while creating this alert. As soon as I write this thing, I am also thinking about the design as well. So you see, I have defined a severity alert type. That is, I can think now that, okay, what are the things that I have to define on enum? What are the things I have to define on the struct as well? Also, I can think of how can I implement traits. You know, I like how why I choose traits over the generics, because traits are going to be used only one type. Also, we have scenarios over here because we have three types: console file and the notification thing. And also we also don't know the size of each on the compile time, right? So we'll also use dynamic dispatch over here. So these things, but I don't have any viewers, so I think it would be bad idea to start this thing over here, maybe on the desktop view. On the mobile there are, I don't know, if I get lucky, only few peoples that are very techy. They only, otherwise most of the people, they just scroll away because they are just people who are watching shorts right now. So this vertical stream will be feed on shorts. Oh, what should I say? If you're watching this, if you can suggest me how can I make stream more, uh, you know, interactive. Should I go for a different format? Should I post recorded videos, already recorded videos, well trimmed, edited, where I do not fumble and all? Hmm. Okay, I think I should end this and come on the desktop view. Maybe I could get some people who are watching this on laptop. All right. See you again in a minute. Bye bye. If you're watching this at any later point of time this stream, feel free to check out my other videos. Leave a like, leave a comment, whatever you feel. So try to criticize the video. It's good or bad, or what all improvements do I need. Okay. See you. Take care. Bye bye. Let's meet on a different format over there.